What's up everybody, Demon back. Welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing a quick Godzilla MonsterVerse news and updates. So in this one, we're going to be focusing on Godzilla King of the Monsters. Yes, I know there is some news regarding Godzilla Vs Kong, specifically the casting for that movie, with the casting of the actor who played Russell in Deadpool 2 being in that movie, but we will talk more in depth on that in a future video, specifically focused on Godzilla Vs Kong. In this one, we are just going to be focusing on Godzilla King of the Monsters. So first off, I'd like to show off some art that was sent to me. It was done by a man named James Hassell. It's a really cool picture of Godzilla 2014 standing in front of the red Japanese sun. It's, you know, it looks like the sun, but it's the Japanese flag, and then he's got a city in front of him. It's very cool, very traditional Japanese. I like it. Next up, I wanted to show off some art from DeviantArt. It's kind of like a mix and mash thing that this guy is doing, which I think is a really neat premise. This guy is named Sam Delator. I think that's how you say his name. Probably not, but I don't care because I'm not good at pronouncing names. So this art features, he has like a whole bunch of different ones. So there's like a Gypsy Danger, there's a Godzilla, there's a Godzilla Atomic Breath variant, there is a Great Mazanger, there's some other guy from probably the Mazanger series. There's King Ghidorah, King Kong, Ultraman, and the cool thing about that is they all line up. So he does it so that you can line the pictures up and make these really cool versus sets. So I think that's a really neat way he does it. And I wish he'd do it like both ways so that you could have Godzilla taking on Gypsy Danger, but you can't really do that. But it's really cool the way he has it set up so far, where you can just take all these characters and then put them into all these fights with the other characters. I think that's really neat. So I wanted to show that off. There's a link to his DeviantArt down in the description below. Do be warned, it does feature some mature content. Next up, you guys have all been sending me this picture of Godzilla meeting Jurassic World. It's not really that, it's just the T-Rex from Jurassic Park / Jurassic World standing in a city where Godzilla's there also. It's a really cool piece, but you know, it's not like crazy or anything like that. It's not like you see Godzilla on Jurassic Park or whatever. So I don't know, it's alright. It's a cool crossover. And this gives me a minute to talk about how a lot of you guys have been asking me, oh my god, are you going to do a review for Jurassic World? Are you ever going to cover it? And you have gone on and on about that. The answer is yes. Yes, I will do a review for Jurassic World, the same way that I will be doing a review for Rampage. And I will hopefully be doing a review for like Deadpool 2 and a couple other movies, maybe Solo. I don't know. It's just like there's these other movies that aren't Kaiju Godzilla movies directly that it's like I want to talk about them. It'd be fun to talk about them, but ultimately I just focus on the other stuff first, and if I get to those, then I get to those. So maybe eventually I'll get to it. But as for now, the plan is to review Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. So there are new images of the Tanaka Studios Godzilla 2014 online. This leads me to question if the figure is actually on sale yet, because the pictures look like they're taken from someone's house and he's running around having a great time with this awesome statue. But it's like, I don't know, because I can't find it online anywhere, and I've been trying to find it for purchase, but I just can't find it. So I don't know if it's online for sale and you guys know how to find it for sale. Please do share it with me down below or on Twitter or something, and I will definitely check it out. And also, there's been some people asking me if you need to paint them. Like, some people have been saying, oh, I heard that these are just model kits and you have to paint them yourselves. That's not the case from what I know. From what I understand, that they do come painted, but if that is the case, then I'm probably not actually going to get them because it's not worth it. I'm not going to be good enough to paint those. But I believe, from what I know, the Shin Godzilla that's for sale is for sale, and it's the painted version. I'm not sure about Godzilla 2014. I don't know why it wouldn't be painted, but there's the possibility that it isn't. And I don't know about the Godzilla Monster Planet figure either. So please do let me know if you know the answer to that as well, and I would be very appreciative. All right, so we hit the 365-day mark for Godzilla 2, for when Godzilla 2 is coming out. Although at the current moment, I think we're about 361 days away from the movie's release in America on May 31st, 2019. But I don't know. The article that I have linked down below was the 365-day mark. That's all right. It's kind of cool. We've already hit this mark before, and it was kind of cool back then too. I don't really care. It's only gonna really matter to me once we get to Comic-Con, and then we can get our trailer, and that should be coming up soon. I think that's at the end of this month or next month. So I'm really excited for Comic-Con, for SDCC. Alright, and then Gamoru Island posted a really interesting interview with our King Ghidorah actor Jason Liles. First of all, this guy's like 7 feet tall. He is huge. That's I guess that's why they keep casting him in all these roles, according to him. I don't know, he just seems like a really nice guy. There's not tons to talk about in his interview. He basically talks about how Ryuk from Death Note was his first little bit of kind of like mainstream acting, and that opened the door for Rampage, and he worked on Rampage, which was his first introduction to motion capture, and he really loves motion capture. His inspirations are people like Terry Nordery and Andy Serkis, so 2 actors who have played King Kong, and it's cool because if he's playing Ghidorah, maybe, according to some people who say, oh, Kong and Godzilla should fight Ghidorah together in the King vs Godzilla movie, maybe Jason Liles will actually get to work with one of his inspirations, Terry Nordery. I certainly hope not for him. I hope that, eventually he does get to work for Terry Nordery, but I certainly hope that the way he works with him isn't having Godzilla and Kong team up against King Ghidorah, because my lord, that's a Batman vs Superman Doomsday situation, and you're killing the movie right there, folks. Yeah, no, that's horrible. That's a horrible idea. Okay, so I don't know. This interview, definitely go read it. It's very, very cool. The guy seems like a really nice, down-to-earth, genuine guy. I'd love to talk to him someday. I don't really have too much else to say about it. He doesn't give us any info on Godzilla 2, other than that he already filmed, and King Ghidorah is going to be brought to life by him. That's really all he gives us. But I don't know. It's just an interesting article. He does give advice to starting out film actors, so if you want to be an actor, go check it out. Alright, there's some shady reporting going on right now saying that Charles Dance's character from Godzilla 2 has been leaked. I really don't believe these articles. They don't add up to me. So first of all, the place these are coming from, it's not reliable. It's from a place called filmdiscussions.com. It's like a WordPress article or something like that. It's just made by some random guy. Why would some random guy get inside intel on this? It makes no sense to me. I don't believe it one bit. So, alright, I guess what the articles are claiming, and this has been reported on on GodzillaMovies.com, so there are some more reliable articles posting about it, but this just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. It's possible. It could fit into the MonsterVerse. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense because it can't fit into the MonsterVerse. I'm saying it doesn't make sense because where it comes from isn't a reliable source, and it just doesn't add up why this random guy would get intel on what's going on with Godzilla 2 to the point where he knows exactly how the movie ends, and he knows exactly what the post-credit scene is, and he knows all the spoilers. It just doesn't make sense. So basically what the article says is Charles Dance will play a terrorist in the movie. That's not too far out of line from what he's played in the past. I guess he's played villains in Last Action Hero. I've mentioned before I love that movie. But he's also played, a bad guy in Game of Thrones, so it's not like it's impossible for him to play a bad guy. And we've also seen terrorists in Godzilla movies before, in Godzilla vs. Biollante or whatever. But I don't know. This just doesn't make sense to me why they'd get this intel. So they say he's a terrorist. Sure. He's the human villain. Sure. Charles Dance will work for the Black Market. It'll be an organization much like Hannibal Chau's from Pacific Rim. So that's where it's what kaiju scraps are they going for exactly? Because it sounds like it's this super well established thing, but the only things they can go for are like maybe some dorsal fin chunks from Godzilla that got knocked off during the 2014 battle, the MUTO's bodies, which are definitely going to be taken by the government, not the black market. So it's like, I guess there's a possibility for a black market for them, but it doesn't seem like it'd be as wide scale as Hannibal Chau, so that seems a little weird. And also, what is he? Is he a terrorist or is he a black market organizer? It's like, make up your mind here. He's the human villain, I guess he can be both, but that just seems a little convoluted and clunky to me. The post-credit scene supposedly doesn't set up for Godzilla vs Kong, and it instead just features Charles Dance's character. That doesn't make sense to me at all. And the article does say maybe they'll change the post-credit scene, but that doesn't make sense to me at all. If there's a post-credit scene at all, it's gonna be setting up for Godzilla vs Kong. We saw the one from Kong Skull Island, and it was setting up King of the Monsters. There's no way that the post-credit scene for this movie doesn't set up for the future. It's gonna be Kong on Skull Island or something. We already know that. We know that that's what it's gonna be, because there's like, what else is there gonna be? They have to set it up somehow. People are saying Dance will be the villain in Godzilla vs Kong, which is kind of cool, but he hasn't been signed onto the cast list for that movie, so I don't believe it. Not necessarily yet anyways. But if we want an overarching human villain, that would make sense to me, that we'd carry over this terrorist black market guy. So I guess that's fine if he carries over. He just hasn't been signed onto the cast list yet. And this one doesn't make any sense to me. So it says the Kaiju are now being called Titans. Why? Why are they being called Titans? We already have a well-established term for them in this universe, and we already know it as
massive unidentified terrestrial organisms.
They're MUTOs. We've gotten that established in both MonsterVerse movies by now. So if Monarch goes from calling them MUTOs in the 70s during Skull Island all the way to the 2010s in Godzilla 2014,
MUTO, massive unidentified terrestrial organism.
why would all of a sudden they just change their mind and be like, nah, we're gonna call them Titans? That just seems a little silly. And I guess they don't want to call them Kaiju because they don't want to like step on Pacific Rim's toes. They want to keep those separate. So I can understand if they're like, no, we need a public term for the monsters. So they're like, not Kaiju, but I feel like Monarch is in charge, so they'd be like, hey, we call them MUTOs, and you're gonna call them that too, because that's what you do. That just seems a little unreliable to me, and by a little I mean very unreliable to me. That doesn't add up at all. If you guys are like all on board with this, and you're like, no, D-Man, you're an idiot, this is 100% true, tell me why you think it's 100% true. Like, this WordPress article just doesn't seem legit to me. I don't know. That's all I'm gonna have to say for this one, guys. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See you guys next time. D-Man, out.